Welcome, Taurus Gemini, to your July Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month of July, using only one of the 12 houses. So let's keep going. Best messages coming out. Ooh. Best messages for the month, please. Best messages for the month. We have some Scorpion energy coming through. Hope you guys can see that. It is Scorpio. Scorpio with the North Node coming out in the 4th house. Okay. We're going to use Vesta for the North Node. So this is the goddess within your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. Talking about that karmic, talking about that, getting things done. With the North Node over here, we're talking about to gain advancement in your spiritual development and karmic path. This is your soul's destiny. Okay. When it appears, it is speaking of karmic gain and soul growth. So it's what is it that your soul needs at this time? Okay, you have a karmic goal that you are working towards in this lifetime. It indicates that your soul's mission. So what it is that your soul's really after, right? And really trying to put you on that path. And going straight to doing it Scorpion style. So you're going to use that Scorpion energy, which is this energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. So there could be something that's a little secretive. It could be that you have someone who is secretive around you. You might feel like you're holding on to a secret. Oh, we'll see what's going on that. And you're going straight into the 4th house. So this is talking about the soul's mission when it comes to what your home and the roots of your being in the 4th house. Okay. So it could be, around your homestead, your family, you building a homestead, you building a family, you yourself, right, in this area. Okay. So getting straight into the situation is going to take place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Messages, please. Here we go. Here we go. Talking about that Queen of Swords. So we're talking about clearing the boundaries when it comes to this situation, clearing the mind and using on a new perspective when we're talking about the 4th house. So it wants to bring in this new perspective of what's going on. You may even be talking and having this beautiful conversation, maybe even with a Gemini, right? And talking about these situations. You do have the fruits of the labor over here. This is talking about those comfort rewards. We talk about the 9 of Pentacles. It's always about the comforting rewards, right? We're not just talking about just any rewards. This is comforts. This could be traveling, buying a new home, self-sufficiency, talking about finances. We're talking about Pentacles. We're talking about luxury, feeling the best that we can feel, having that inner love, putting on those new clothes, things that are materialistic and things that make you feel comfortable. Okay, so there are comfort rewards. Okay, so we also have the Lovers coming out in the 4th house. So this is talking about being passionate when it comes to a love situation, to a relationship. It could be the relationship of your family. It could be the relationship of your home, right? Because we're talking about the roots. So take that how it resonates, right? Because it's saying this is where we're going to get this reflection and this clear-minded understanding, right? Taking the time for some kind of introspective thinking with the Queen of Swords. The only difference is you're not really going into a hermit mode that we know of just yet. We'll have to clarify on that. But it's definitely talking about where I'm getting, significant personal understanding, right, about the situation, or hearing it from someone and making me understand. So let's go ahead and clarify on the Queen of Swords. Is talking about the magic, taking the action, having that self-confidence, and there it is again, the clarity of the understanding to the situation, understanding that, through my soul's mission, there is a lot that's that's infinite. There's an infinite possibilities, and it's like having this perception that, it doesn't have to end this way, right? I can keep my house, I can do this, I can communicate openly with my family, or embrace what it is I need to embrace within the situation, right? But having insights into your own desires when it comes to the Lovers, because Lovers doesn't have to be people, but it could be choices about where it is I want to plant my roots, right? Or what I want to do. So it also could lead to profound connections, right? With someone else, right? Let's see. But feeling like you are having the comfort, and the comfort is talking about the 10 of Cups, which I love because there's a family again, talking about that family unit, talking about that contentment within yourself, having that blissful relationship, really feeling like I'm on that soul's journey, or wanting me to have the better understanding of how I'm going to get there, but having a strong sense of self, right? When it comes to that. And with the Lovers, we're going to have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is saying, because I'm moving passionately into this area. You might even have this sexy, beautiful person coming toward you who wants to, communicate openly with you about the passions of the fourth house. Maybe they want to talk about, maybe you're dating someone and they're starting to, open up and become vulnerable, or maybe you're becoming vulnerable about the situations of wanting to build a family, wanting to take it to the next step, having those sparks of new interest being, you know, coming through and igniting this big boom of love and passion and understanding, or it could be reigniting a flame, right? And saying, we need to have this conversation about what it is we truly want when it comes to the fourth house. If we're getting ready to move, then you need to tell me where you feel comfortable. We need to come together. There has to be a coming together of ideas of where we feel comfortable. If I want to be in the country and you want to be in the city, we're going to have a problem. Maybe we just need to live in the urban area and just get over it. You know what I mean? Okay. So there's definitely some things going on, but it feels like it's whatever it is, it's about a lot of honesty, openness, and passion. That's really the key to this understanding. And I love it because the Scorpio, it's like the magnetism is the charming, right? The Knight of Wands is showing that kind of Scorpion energy of being charming, right? So you're being very charming about the situation, knowing where it is, wanting that luxury. Might even be a little possessive about the situation, right? Saying, I need this, I want that, this is where I need to be. I'm getting straight into the mid-month over here. We do have planting the seeds. So you are going to feel like in the mid-month that you are planting these seeds, that you're really putting in a strong self, like I said, a strong sense of what it is you truly want, and really investing. So there's going to be a lot of hard work when it comes to this situation and feeling like you're really growing. There's going to be some ongoing, problems in the self-development area over here. And there could be something that may be a little hidden. Somebody around you may not have the passion during the mid-month that you are possessing. Okay? They could be holding back. So you could feel like you're in this kind of self-development and feeling a little bit of a perfectionist over here, while you could feel like maybe they're holding back a little bit, that they're not having those conversations of passion. You might even feel like they're becoming more casual. So it does feel like there's going to be kind of a stuck in your head feeling like, I don't understand why, right? Why this is kind of happening. Why did you kind of pull back away from me? I think it's more of kind of a misunderstanding in its way, but it feels like now all of a sudden you're kind of overstressed. You're going to be very burdened. You're going to carry a lot of weight. And it's going to feel a little bit, stagnant, but I feel like you're struggling in that North Node at this time. So it's definitely something that you're saying, I'm planting all these seeds, but it's burning me out. I'm getting tired. And now I'm feeling like the teamwork really isn't kind of there. They've pulled back a little bit, right, from the situation. Either that, or if you know it's nobody and it's just yourself, then you are feeling no motivation because you're burned out, guys. Okay. So it's either going to be one or the other. It is a general reading. There could be even some misinformation about a situation um, coming in around the 20th of the month. 15th through the 20th, there could be this huge misunderstanding that's going to cause some diversity. And that could also be where the kind of pullback comes from them. It could even be a misunderstanding with, a realtor or somebody who's supposed to come fix the house, or, you know what I mean, someone else on the outskirts, not just within the family, but it's affecting the family unit. It's affecting the fourth house. Okay. So there is going to be this time, towards the end where it's going to feel like you're going to want to release this, that you're just going to, what, I've done a lot. I'm letting this go. I'm not going to allow it to weigh me down that much. You're already getting in my head, or you can feel like they're trying to put the restrictions on something that felt like there was no reason for those. Okay. No reason for those restrictions. Could even be a landlord coming and saying something, even though you have an agreement to when you're supposed to be leaving the house to go buy another house or something of this nature. It could also be there. I see that as well. And they could be causing a lot of stress when it comes to the change. It's kind of like, kind of get off my back over here. You're making me kind of step on stones for no reason, right? At the end of the month, you definitely have the Sun, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Star. Nice. So it does say that, you're going to have this kind of work at home conflict kind of situation going on, where it's going to be kind of centered around that, and there's just something that feels a little self-centered. You might feel like there's a little bit of jealousy going on, or you might feel a little smothered, or there's that suspicion. There's that Scorpio coming in heavy right there. Really heavy. And feeling like there's some kind of mistrust. You might even feel like they're a little devious. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, but definitely, or a Scorpio. But you definitely are going to feel like there is this positivity in one way, but yet you feel this other energy is coming through where you're mistrusting that situation. So it's kind of like, on a positive note, my family is happy. We're doing the best that we can do. I'm feeling great. I know we're getting to where we're supposed to be. But I just feel kind of smothered and mistrusting this situation over here, right? Which I do feel is this conflict, right? But on the overall, everything looks really good. So it has that ability to want to keep communicating and keep shining. And it's like you have the natural ability over here to adapt to the situation. We see that with the Sun and the Star. There's an adaptability. It's just that I don't want to deal with this conflict, right? Because it's like an ongoing problem. Okay, and it's kind of crazy. So it's kind of like you might even feel like you have to strategize around it or just ignore it. It's like, it's like, how am I gonna keep my, wits about me, right? Especially when you feel like something auspicious is kind of happening. When you have the Sun and the Star together in this area, and as you can see, they're kind of looping into a U over here from each other. It feels very auspicious. So no matter what the conflict is, it feels like there's a very auspicious moment that's getting ready to turn in your favor, right? Because you're adjusting and you're planning. It's just saying caution. You have this person over here who's maybe jealous of your endeavors. Maybe they're jealous because you just got something awesome, right? Or smothering you. Because it does say that there was a recovery from a lot of loss. There could be a karmic lesson that was learned over here. Well, that's very interesting because you're in the North Node of karmic. So there's definitely, we're going to say, a karmic lesson that was learned, right, into some kind of a spiritual poverty area of your life, or spiritual understanding into a positive change. There could have been, some kind of forgiveness that was going on. But there's definitely this improvement that you keep going on right? And you're going to find that there's going to be financial endeavors that are coming through all of this, and everything for your fourth house is coming together beautifully. So on that north node of whatever your soul's mission is, it looks like you're actually pulling through this and getting through it pretty well. You might even have come out with a really clear budget of what needs to be done as well. For some of you, it could have just been some kind of, um, money loss within the family, right? Where you're actually opening doors and feeling like, I'm succeeding. Um, because over here, this could also be a card of financial independence. So somebody might even be very upset that they feel like, because these two auspicious cards sitting next to it, that you've gained more than maybe they believe that you should have had at that time. Do you understand what I'm saying? It means I planted my seeds and I'm seeing I'm reaping the rewards. And somebody doesn't like that. Why? Because it's kind of catching their attention that you're reaping your rewards of investments and all these things fast. Like if you want to sell your house, it went on the market. Maybe your neighbors have been trying to sell their house for a long time. They haven't had nothing. And all of a sudden you have all these offers coming through and it's making them jealous. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whether you 100% know it or not. But if they come to talk to you, you're definitely going to know that because you're going to hear it in their voice, right? And that could be where the conflict is as well. So there's definitely some kind of struggle when it came to, the exhaustion. And it could even be, I feel like there's somebody else around here who's just, really running around using their inner resources, trying to get everything together. And they're kind of seeing you manage everything. But I also feel like you did the same thing, right? It's just that you have unlocked all these doors and are making significant moves and changes. And I'm telling you, it's because you have this auspicious cards here. This auspicious card says you're in alignment for what it is you truly want, and you know how to get there. So you've maintained your energy levels throughout the day and throughout the month to get where you want to be, aligning yourself to your own, right, rewards. Look, it already said you're looking for your comfort rewards, and it says here's your comfort rewards. They're actually traveling to you. And I think somebody sees it and they just don't like it. They don't know, and they could be a little greedy. Maybe they're over possessive, but it could be the secret right there too. And remember that, the negative side, of Scorpio is greedy, possessive, stingy, jealous, right? Holds a grudge. Right? So it does say I am kind of taking my power back over here and not allowing myself to be in this area over here. Maybe you even felt at one time I was kind of that person as well, but I have puzzle solved through this situation to gather all the information that I need, and I wasn't going to be greedy on the situation. If you're selling your house, maybe they're over, trying to sell the house more than it is, what it's worth. And maybe, you were going to do such a thing, but you did your homework. You know what I mean? So it feels like it's something that because of over here, straight out of the gates, like I did my homework. There's information. I'm clear-minded about the situation where I'm going to get my rewards. So I feel like if you're around somebody who's overspending or not doing things right, or if they're trying to sell something that you're selling at, you know what I mean? It's like a car, it has a Kelley Blue Book price. You're trying to sell it way more than the Kelley Blue Book price. That's greed, and you're not going to sell shit. But if you are taking the Kelley Blue Book price, right, and selling it therefore as, or a little lower, boom. And then they're going to be pissed off. They're like, how did you do that? And was like, because I wasn't greedy. You see what I'm saying? So there is something going on over here where you're planting your seeds spot on. But you're also taking a very healthy approach to this situation. And I feel like whoever you're dealing with wants to agree to disagree with you, especially in the mid-month. But I also see there's a lot of passion with this person. It's kind of funny. I feel like in some ways this person here who's coming at you with passion and charming and sexy is different from the person over here who's causing all the havoc. That's what I think is crazy. It's almost like we're talking about two different people. We're talking about the Knight of Wands who's like, let's get this done. I'm on the same page with you. But then over here, they're kind of like separating themselves a little bit because they're listening, right, to this other person. So you could say, Aries, who I'm dealing with, you know, is on the same page. They want everything I want, but this Leo over here is not listening to what it is I truly want, right? Or this Sagittarius is not listening to what it is I truly want out of this situation. And the Aries is listening to the Sag, okay, or the Leo, whichever, it doesn't matter, right? But they're listening to them, which then puts, you know, puts us both into a negative kind of spot because you know, now you have to hear it because you're going to hear it from Aries. Or you're going to tell Aries about what, you know, what Sag said over here, and then that's going to put them in their head. But you guys are going to, you know, whoever the third, it's three people. There's definitely three people in this situation. More, the majority of you. You know, if it's not, take what resonates, what doesn't, but I'm telling you, from the majority of, there's three people. Which is fine because in the end, you're just going to move forward. And here's that Aries again that's saying, yeah, you know what, it's okay because we see where we are. We feel like we're protected from that situation. We're getting what we want, but, you know, and it can be this Capricorn too. The Sagittarius, Leo, or Capricorn. Right? But however it is, I'm telling you, I have this Aries and this, maybe it's a Sag Cap Cusp, right? Hey. But yeah, definitely feeling like if you keep listening to what they're saying, they're the ones that are getting jealous about the situation because they don't understand how this is all working. You guys are working very well together, however it is. Beautiful reading, guys. Beautiful reading. And it's a very healthy reading, but I like it because it's saying you're going to stay on your natural mission. It's all about just working things and strategizing through this situation to get out of that. There might even be some detox and cleansing that you might even have to do with the star card. You know, just detoxing from the stress, you know what I mean? Just like getting out of the mind, right? Had to get out of there and not allow that to mentally, you know, push me back. Because I do feel like with that, there is this, you know, this pause and surrender that's saying, you know, I did detox. And then down here it says, by the detoxing and the gaining the faith and the understanding, open the doors. That's what's happening, right? And that's what pushes all of the, and searching for the purpose. There's that again. So very beautiful reading, guys. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.